whether it's a ring, whether it's a piece of cloth, whether it's something. Find a physical something that you can connect what it is that you're trying to manifest, that you can connect to. Because in those moments where you do have to, where you may question your beliefs about what's possible, it's always good to connect with an actual object, right? So the other thing that you have to do is something that we call dream boarding. Now, this is a manifestation technique where you may have already tried, but if not, this is when you're going to have to start, okay? So, it just involves in getting a board or some sort of like wall space and using it to display pictures or words that help you, that really kind of describe what it is that you're manifesting for, right? So for a lot of us, we've done vision boards, or, you might like have a little like Pinterest board, or you might like screen cap a lot of stuff that kind of help you to like remember some things creatively or remember something that you're trying to manifest. That's always a good thing. And the better thing is for you to place this dream board or this thing in a spot of prominence for you that you have to oftentimes look at, right? So far for manifestation, because like this is something that we're all going to practice. For manifestation, we've got the intention, setting your intention, visualization, multisensory visualization, questioning your beliefs, right? Connecting with an object, and then creating some sort of vision board or dream board, right? And placing it in a place of prominence. All right. So the other thing is turning your negatives into positives. Now, being positive is one of the kind of pillars of the law of attraction in order for you to bring it to its fullest potential. The thing is, if we could all just walk around and just be positive, that would be one thing. But let's be honest, that doesn't exist for a lot of us. So, how can you turn the positivity on? Create a gratitude journal. That's one way, right? Journaling helps us to connect with the reasons why we might be happy. All right. And it can teach us something even when we initially start to kind of not take for granted the things that we're happy for. We can kind of almost get into this kind of meditation-based approach where you are kind of just exercising manifestations in terms of the origin and just appreciation and gratitude, right? So so right now we're talking about you basically having a vision board, keeping a gratitude journal, and last but not least is living in the as if, right? Instead of living in as though you're currently waiting for something to happen, start immediately living as though that is already your reality. Walk in that posture as though you've already achieved that goal. Start buying that shit for that house and that apartment that you get in. You know what's funny? Before I moved to Philly, I didn't know where I was moving to. I just knew I was moving out of my parents' house, right? I started to amass all of these apartment things. I just started to buy plates and cups and forks and all this stuff because I said to myself, I'm going to start living in expectation. I am going to live as if I've already got my own place. And I did that for months. And I didn't know that that was going to push me to Philadelphia, but I just knew that something was going to, I was living it already. And sometimes for a lot of us, that is hard. And I think a lot of times we won't even allow ourselves the moment of happiness. If you are one of those people who is ridiculed or, with anxiety, your next thing is always thinking about, okay, well, what's going to happen what's going to be next? Like when is the next shoe going to fall? So even from that standpoint alone, oftentimes you're not able to live in the present and just celebrate this moment of happiness because you're waiting for the other shoe to drop. What living in as if allows you to do is allows you to bask in the beautifulness of what it is that you're manifesting. So for the next 12 months, we are going to usher in such great things into our lives, because now when someone says to us that we have the power to manifest these things into our being, now we know how to do it. Now we know to set intentions. Now we know how to do visualizations. Now we know how to involve our whole body, every sense of our being into living as though this thing already exists. All right. We already know that we have to identify that negative self-talk. We know that we have to choose an object and start using that to bring us back to a center point, right? We know that we can create vision boards and have a gratitude journal and start living in the as if. That is how we're going to usher in. So any self-talk that you have and any thought that you have where your body isn't living in that thought. So if you're looking for something positive to happen, but searching for the negative, that is actually what you're going to manifest. So I am looking forward to the next 12 months being just so amazing for everyone. And we're going to come back to manifestation, and we're going to call this our meeting ground. All right. I thank you guys so much for just putting up with me for the past 12 months. Your friendship means everything. Check me out again in Obvious Mag this month. And I love you for listening. Peace.